So, let me adjust this a little bit. I was originally not planning on doing a introduction video for my channel, or for me really. But I hit 100 subscribers a couple days ago, which is wild. Um, and I figured, why not? I guess technically there wasn't really a real reason for me not to do it. I just kind of didn't want to. So hi, I'm Yina. 21. And I'm not gonna say where I'm from because I want to see people fumble around trying to figure out where I'm from, trying to guess, because people are not gonna be able to guess, I doubt it. I'll give the hint and say that I'm not from the United States. Which might be a little bit shocking to some people, because I don't know, maybe, or not. So yeah, I'm Yina, 21. Why Yina? It's just hyena spelled incorrectly, honestly, because they're my favorite animals. If you want to know why, just ask me in a live on Twitch and I'll happily spend like 2 hours talking about them. That's not even a joke. I will actually speak for hours about them if you ask. But yeah, I lived in Italy for 3.5 years studying. I was doing animal care, which is essentially becoming kind of like a nurse, but for wild animals. It's like a mixture between a nurse. It's a training for both being a nurse and a keeper, really. Like a zookeeper, sort of. Or a sanctuary keeper. But the idea was that, we learned how to, feed the animals, how to make enrichment for the animals, how to take care of the animals. We wouldn't be the ones to make a diagnosis or, prescribe medicine. We would be the ones administering the medicine and making sure the animal was healing from whatever it had, or, shit like that. But, here's a big but. My mental health has been very unstable for years, and it reached rock bottom on the last year of doing university. It was not a good time. So I eventually dropped out and moved back to the mysterious country from which I'm from and that I kind of hate. And I didn't really know what to do with life, but I had grown up playing video games. I've been playing video games for literal years. I have mentioned before that I have 1,500 hours on Skyrim. That's just one example. But I've played lots of other games, particularly on the PlayStation, but also on the Switch, and earlier on the Wii, and then also on the 3DS and shit like that. So I've been playing video games for a while. And I figured, I can play video games, and I've discovered through university that I kinda can make people laugh, so why not combine both and try to do YouTube, and then here I am. And somehow it's working, sort of. I have pretty low expectations for pretty much anything, so I don't get disappointed often. But I am happy that it's, slowly, going somewhere. We're slowly building a little community, and that's freaking awesome. I would be hella uncomfortable in a room with 113 people along there with me, which is, I'm pretty sure, the exact amount of subscribers I have as of recording this. I would be super uncomfortable. But, which is why, my brain's like, oh my god, that's a lot of people. Even if it's not, at the levels of, I don't know, Markiplier or PewDiePie that have millions and millions of subscribers. I'm not expecting to reach that point ever, honestly. But 100 people is a lot of people. So here with this we move on to the next part. We're just talking a little bit more about who I am. I am an introvert who is straight up borderline antisocial, which might come as a bit of a surprise considering I've made videos interacting with people and having fun with other people. That's because somehow my brain has disconnected the fact that behind the voice talking to me through the computer, there's an actual human being. The logical part of my brain knows that I'm interacting with people, but the more anxiety-filled, chaotic part of my brain is like, nah, that's a character in the PC now. And that helps me not panic, so I'm not gonna make effort to change it. It's the same way for like interacting with chat. Like the logical part of my brain knows that there's a person behind every message. The anxiety part of my brain is like, nah, that's just letters on my screen. Like it kind of detached the concept that there is a person behind that, and it's kind of my strategy not to panic. It's why I don't panic during streams anymore. And it might seem slightly dehumanizing for the people in chat or the people I'm interacting with, but like, you gotta understand, that's just how I cope, man, because I am very anxious around people. Like, I don't enjoy social interaction at all, and I kind of do prefer interacting online because it's less exhausting, way less exhausting on my social battery. And because I'm usually playing video games while interacting with people, playing video games is my way to recharge. So it kind of balances it out, and it works. I'm shocked that it works so well as it does. Like I am by no means stable mentally, but it's getting a little bit better. Like just a little bit. I am ever so slightly enjoying being alive, and that's saying a lot. Yeah. So, what else should I say about myself? If you're here, well, if you're on YouTube looking for content from someone that is, oh, happy-go-lucky and optimistic, go somewhere else because you're not gonna find that here. I am sarcastic, I am very pessimistic, sometimes realistic, but usually pessimistic. And yeah. Yay. I don't know what else to say about me. Is there anything else that I should mention? I was sort of rehearsing this earlier, but I've blanked and forgotten literally anything. Literally everything. English is not my first language, alright? And to be fair, I have also problems talking in my own language because sometimes my mouth just moves faster than my brain and what comes out is just gibberish. Yeah. Cool. I don't know if there's anything else relevant. I'm a pretty weird person to meet in person. That was a weird sentence. That was not formulated correctly. Oh, I know. As I was saying, very introverted, not extroverted at all. But I can give the impression of being extroverted on camera because what you're seeing on my videos is pretty much the closest thing to the real me that you're gonna be able to see without being a super close friend. Because I have filters that I put on, masks, if you will, that I put on around different people. Like, I have masks to be around my parents, I have masks to be around, like, relatives, like, all the relatives. And I for sure have a ton of masks that I put on while outside. Like, if you ever see me just out in the public, I am essentially Wednesday from the Addams Family. I am emotionless. It's very hard to get me to smile or laugh in public unless I'm with people that I'm comfortable with. Like I said, antisocial. Like, and very ever so slightly agoraphobic. Like it's just this here very chaotic. But yeah, what you're seeing on camera is pretty much as close to the true me as you're ever probably gonna be able to see. Which is an honor. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm definitely not like this with people I've just met. Like, it takes me a good few minutes of just, you know, getting used to that person and getting a feel for how that person interacts with the world and other people, and like making sure my brain is actually comfortable interaction with that person. Which doesn't always happen. There have been people that I don't enjoy interacting with, or that I just find too exhausting to interact with to really, you know, think like it's worth it to interact with that person. Hello. But with the camera, again, my brain has sort of just detached. It has like just completely separated the concept that there is a person watching me through a screen. Like that just. My brain doesn't register that while I'm recording, and it's just my strategy to cope, I guess. I don't know how I did that. I think my brain just subconsciously did that because I was so excited to start recording that my brain was just like, alright, you're not gonna think that there is a person behind the camera for you. It's just a camera, and then the rest of my brain was just like, yeah, cool. We're not gonna think about that at all. I don't think about that at all. I literally never registered that there's gonna be a person watching. So I don't know. Somehow the strategies to cope just kind of happened like automatically, which is pretty sick, pretty cool, pretty helpful that I didn't really have to make an active effort to make that happen and get comfortable with recording. Yeah, I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy being on YouTube. It's fun. I do genuinely enjoy it. And for real, being productive and, you know, doing editing and all that recording, being productive almost daily has been amazing for my mental health and making me not lose my mind. Because, dude, the situation was bad while in Italy, and even on the months that we were in our country prior to me starting YouTube. Yeah, that's a little intro to me. I will be playing mostly video games and mostly horror games and mostly indie games because they're free and I'm broke as shit because, again, dropout, unemployed. Oh, I forgot a very important thing about me and one of the reasons why I dropped out in the first place. I have fibromyalgia, I think that's how you pronounce it in English, fibromyalgia, and hypermobility, which both suck. So chronic pain, chronic fatigue, all that good stuff. Articulation pain. I essentially am a 70-year-old in the body of a 21-year-old. It's not a good time, but, you know, if you were gonna interact with animals, you kind of need to do physical labor, and I can't do that. So that kind of played into the whole losing motivation to study and to live during the last couple years of university. Yeah, so one of the reasons also why I'm unemployed, because I just kind of don't have the energy to do shit. So instead, I just sit in my room and I edit and I record. It works, because it doesn't tire me out nearly as much as like standing around and doing stuff. Standing around is a pain in the ass. Literally. So yeah, I feel like that covers pretty much everything. Hope you enjoyed the content. Bye.